Today marks 21 years since the September 11 attacks, known as 9/11. On this day, a coordinated suicide attack by the Islamic extremist network Al-Qaeda saw the capturing of 4 passenger airplanes from United Airlines and American Airlines to target key symbols of American economic, military, and political power. These were the Twin Towers in New York, the Pentagon in Virginia, and it's thought that the 4th aircraft, Flight 93, was headed to the Capitol building in Washington. However, the plane crashed in a field in Stony Creek Township, Pennsylvania, before it could reach the building, thanks to the brave passengers who fought the terrorists in the cockpit. On that day, 2,996 people were killed and more than 6,000 people were injured. The economic toll totaled $3 trillion. The emotional toll was immeasurable. There are numerous tales of heroism that day and beyond. However, we're focusing this story on 2 guide dogs called Salty and Roselle. Salty was a 5-year-old Labrador retriever, and he helped his blind owner, Omar Riviere. Omar was working on the 71st floor of the North Tower when American Flight 11 slammed into his building. Only a couple of people knew Omar was in that early morning. Salty was on high alert, running back and forth, and he dashed over to Omar, sitting there anxiously. Although emergency drills had taught Omar to stay put, Salty's behaviour told Omar they needed to move, and fast. In the stairwell, it was cramped, people were panicking, and movement was slow to descend. Needing space to walk with his guide dog, but unable to move properly in the cramped stairwell and worried for Salty's welfare, Omar let Salty go, in the hope he would make his way out ahead of Omar. Salty only went a few steps down before stopping and running back to Omar, not wanting to leave his side. Omar said he gripped tightly onto Salty as he could hear parts of the building collapsing around them. Meanwhile, above Omar and Salty, working on the 78th floor of the North Tower, was Michael Hinson. He was also blind, and sat under Michael's desk was his guide dog, Roselle. She was a 3-year-old Labrador retriever. When that plane hit the tower just 15 floors above them, Roselle was awoken and was said to have calmly led Michael to Stairway B, despite the chaos, the noise, and the engulfing smoke that was surrounding them. Roselle is said to have led Michael and another 30 people down that staircase, a descent that took them over an hour and down 1,463 steps. According to Michael, as the firefighters ran up the steps, many briefly stopped to greet Roselle, perhaps as a brief source of comfort. As Michael, with Roselle, and Omar with Salty finally exited Tower 1, the South Tower, number 2, collapsed around them. Omar and Michael had to trust in their dogs. Despite being completely blind, they said they could hear people running, they could hear the screaming around them, the helicopters overhead, and debris was raining down on them. Yet, all the while, Salty and Roselle stayed focused and calm, leading their handlers to safety. Salty and Roselle were awarded a joint Dickin Medal by the PDSA on the 5th of March in 2002 for leading Michael and Omar out the burning towers before they collapsed. This was the only second time a joint medal had ever been awarded.